I've been thinking about being at home, no longer working, and the reason why I'm not working. And one big reason is I can breathe. And I know y'all wondering, what? I can breathe. No stress, nothing on my back. At the end of the day, I can breathe. So just stay tuned and let me tell you my story. Hello, hello, hello. Hey y'all, it's story time. Yeah, story time. I'm gonna be talking about I don't miss working in the corporate world. Management. Yeah. So y'all come on in. Sit down, relax, and enjoy my little story. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. And relax. Relax. Yeah. Relax. 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 So you can enjoy the story. So you can enjoy my voice. Yes. 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 First, I want to thank y'all for y'all time in each and every moment you spend with Myra. Yes. Remember, if you like it, click, click, share, comment, subscribe, follow, like it, and help a girl out. Okay? Help a girl out. So, I want to get started. I think in 1999, I started working for a company, and I was there maybe 6 months to maybe 8 months. I'll say 8 months. 8 months. I started there as an inventory clerk. I got promoted to inventory supervisor. At that time, I didn't know, but math and numbers was so easy for me. I related more to numbers than words, I'll say. If it's a street name or number, I'm gonna pick up the number and I'll forget the name of the street. But neither here or there, that what made me good at doing that job, because it was all about numbers. So as the inventory supervisor for this company, when you are in inventory, you're responsible for inventory, you are the center. You are in the center of the business. everywhere. You are in the center, and you actually responsible for the business. You got to make sure this person is doing their job, that person is doing their job, the shipments are correctly, the outbounds are correctly, the inventory is accurate. Because anything that's not being done correctly impacts the inventory, and you will see it. So, which makes you responsible for making sure that everybody is doing their job. Indirectly responsible, which means that you would have to conversate with those individuals or their supervisors, let them know this process is not being done correctly because this happened to the inventory, that happened to the inventory, it wasn't counted correctly, the shipment was short and they didn't catch it, or we shipped out too much, they didn't catch it. It's just so much involved with being in inventory. It is a huge responsibility. A lot of people take it very lightly, but when you are in inventory, it consumes you because you got to be ahead of the game. You got to be organized. You got to stay consistent. Repetition every day, doing the same thing. Check and balance, following up. You got to stay on it. Again, it's your responsibility. You're taking it on. Not knowing how much responsibility you're taking on, but you're taking on a lot of responsibility. It had got to the point where I had to write a letter to the warehouse manager asking for an increase in my pay because what I got hired to do had doubled. I wasn't hired or getting paid to be on call, but I was on call. Even for other locations. Call Myra, she know. Call Myra. They didn't even have me at a certain time frame. Like, okay, my hours at that time was 2 in the morning to 10:30 in the morning. But they called me all day, all night, Call Myra, call Myra. Hold on now. But at that time, Myra being Myra, sure, I'll help you. Yeah, do this, do that. This is how it's done. Yeah, that was Myra. But again, it came so easy for me that I didn't realize how much stress it was, how much pressure, how demanding that job was. I didn't realize it until years later when I was no longer there. But in between that time, I think I was at the first company for 4 years. And then what happened there? What's that? 9/11. When you're in management, you're the first to go. Yeah. So, even though I was doing a great job there, I loved it. I did. Because I realized numbers were so easy for me. And I used to get questions. You make this seem so easy. Don't you get tired of dealing with those numbers every day? No, I didn't. I had so many people, I say, what they call it, the turnover in inventory. I couldn't keep nobody because it was so stressful. You got to be ready for it. You got to be ready to take on that responsibility. I'll say this. I did an interview, and considering when I came in, I kind of analyzed a lot of things that should have been asked in the interview. So I ask those questions in the interview. And one question I always ask, can you handle constructive criticism? How well can you handle constructive criticism? And that question I ask because, for me, I do have the patience to train somebody, to work with somebody. But if you tell me you got it, I'm moving on. Okay, you got this part. Let's move on. I know how detailed the inventory can be. I know the pressure. I know how demanding it is. So I'm patient. I know where I came from and how I got there. So a lot of stuff I learned on my own. It was kind of easy for me. I picked up on it really easy. But I know for some people, you know, everybody learn differently. But again, so if you're doing the same thing over and over your way and it's just not working, I'm going to address the issue. But it's to help you, not to hurt you, put you down, belittle you. It's to help you. So for me, I like to explain things so you can understand why I'm saying this. So even if I ask you to do something, I like to tell you why. And because like some people don't like change. So, hey, I need you to do this because even though I don't have to, as a supervisor, you are supposed to do what I ask you to do. But again, being on both sides, don't come at me like that. So I'm trying to be understanding on both sides. So I get better results. I did get better results from explaining why. But back to the constructive criticism. You do have, people manage differently. So you can intentionally just, you know, bash somebody because they're not doing it the way you want them to do it. No, I want you to be successful. If you're in the department with me, I want our department to be successful. So I'm going to show you, teach you, and, you know, give you some constructive criticism. Again, I'm telling you why. Okay, I see you've been doing it this way, you know. I give you your time to find your way, but why don't you try it this way, just to see if it works. And I always try to implement an easier way, you know. By me doing it so long, any changes that the company implements, I take it on myself and go through it A to Z, so I know how long it takes. How can I improve it? How can I make it easier? So when it's time for me to pass it on to my team, you know, it's easier for them. But this is what I did as a manager. Again, I don't want you, I'm not going to ask you to do anything that I can't do. I'm not going to ask you to do anything that I wouldn't do. So if it was a problem and it couldn't be done, I felt like it couldn't be done, then I would talk to my managers. Can we, you know, do it differently, you know, something like that. But yeah, I would take that on. I thought that I was a good manager. Even the individuals that worked under me and under other supervisors thought that I was a good manager. They liked the way I managed because I work with my team. I don't just sit back and you do the work. No, I work with my team. I work with my team when they're working. But anyway, I thought it was so easy, smooth sailing, you know. I was so stressed. I was so stressed and had no idea. I took on that responsibility like it was nothing. You got a department? Okay, I got you. You need some help? I got you. That was Myra. But again, I was under a tremendous amount of stress. Anyway, that's the first company. So I went to another company. Same business, what they was doing. But I'm at their competition now. And I took a step down because I left this first company as a supervisor and I started the next company as an assistant. Still in inventory though. Yeah, I was still in inventory, and I soon got promoted again because I knew the business. But this time I did get, I was offered more money, so, which was good. So the pay was great. The pay was great. I'm not gonna lie, the pay was great. But it came with more responsibilities and more meetings, being on call, training. I had to go to other locations to train. It was a lot. It was a lot. I mean, I did it. And after I left that second company, I was getting phone calls, you know, to come back. It was like, I could breathe. I don't know if you understand that, but I could breathe. I did not want to go back. The money was good, but I did not want to go back. It's like, there's no way in the world one person can do what you was doing. Yeah, I did it. Y'all didn't realize it. I guess because I wasn't complaining, I made it seem so easy. It was not my intention. It happened. That's just the way that I work. I'm giving my all. This is me. If I'm into it, I'm into it. But I will give you a raise. I had my own office. It was maybe about 6 supervisors, and I was the only one that had her own office. The other supervisor shared the office. I was the inventory supervisor. Again, having that title, you are the center of the business. You are the center. Without you, if the circle is not closed, it's a bump there. It's a bump there. You got to make sure that it's right. You got to make sure. You got to research. You got to analyze. You got to conversate with people. You know, yeah. You got to find out where that product is. If you can't find it, here you are writing up some sort of statement. What could have happened? Now I got to create SOPs to close that gap, because I could not find that case. So I knew from the point of the product hitting the dock to hitting the department, each department. So if it didn't get to you in between here, what happened to it? Was it verified when it came through the door? Did we put an extra case on the load and then account for it? Theft. Pilfering, which is they opening up the packages and just, you know, consuming it. Now it's damaged. Did it get written off? I need to account for everything, because at the end of the day, now I gotta make a report. The inventory is over. Maybe because these items wasn't received. Now I gotta go find the bills, make sure they get received. The inventory is short. Either something didn't get written off, actually received accurately, transferred accurately. It's so many possibilities, but you have to analyze and report. And having that on you, because at the end of the day, you got to be ready. Got to talk to my manager every day and tell him, hey, because today was a good day. We got some work to do. I'm going to come in early tomorrow and do some research. I think I'm going to go ahead and talk to the shipping supervisor and find out, you know, what's going on. You got to stay on it. And in our department, we pretty much ate lunch at our desk in between, we took a break. We didn't have set times because it was so demanding. We had to have the floor counted by a certain time. We got to get all the bills received by a certain time because we had to work around the warehouse. Shut it down while we count. But we had so many, I think we had maybe 2 hours to count the floor, which once my team got, you know, on board, it was good. It was good. But yeah, in the beginning, you know, when you're learning, you're slow. So I had to step in and speed up that process because if we was behind, they started to move product and we lost. The day is gone. The day is gone because they done touched that product. We didn't count it, or did we double count it? So yeah, everything is about timing. Timing. And again, say break time at 10 o'clock. Not for us. We got it. Why they gonna break? Let's get this done. Sometimes I would have to, you know, let them go home a little early. Okay, y'all didn't get y'all break today, you know, lunch. But I will explain that process in the interview. You're not guaranteed that your breaks will be at a certain time every day and that your lunch will be at a certain time every day. But you will get your breaks and you will get your lunch. Now, sometimes it may be a little early and sometimes it may be right before you go. But I'm putting everything on the table. As I said, when I got there, I think those things should have been pointed out in the interview. That way, you wouldn't have such a high turnover. So once I start asking these questions in the interviews, it just winged them out, you know. Is this for you or not? I mean, I understand because doing inventory is not for everybody. It is stressful, demanding. I'm telling you. So if you ever thought about getting into inventory, or if you're in inventory, you can relate. You know I'm not lying, right? I'm not lying. Especially if you're the supervisor. It's a total difference because you're responsible for this, for that. Your workers, your department. It's a difference in when I was just the assistant or the clerk. I just come in, do what I gotta do, and go home. But not as a supervisor. So, especially if I took a vacation. Y'all, I remember I was on vacation. I went to Las Vegas. And we was walking the strip. I get a phone call from the job. I took it. And here I am, talking, walking them through the process, walking down the strip. And a lot of reasons I did it was because I'd rather help you sort through it now. Because when I come back, it's just more work for me to do, to try to figure out what happened from the last time I left, the last day I worked up until now. That's a lot of research. That's a lot of analyzing. If you got the problem, hey, let's fix it right now. And then I need you to write this down, that this is what we talked about, so I have my dates. Okay, I know we did this day. At least I got something to work with, because it was always a problem when I went back from vacation. Stuff I had to fix. Always, I'm telling you. Only thing I would say that they didn't put on me when I was on vacation was other locations that had access to me. But my department, yeah. Our location, yeah. They felt that they could just call me like I'm on call. I'm on vacation. But I didn't stop it. I went along with it. I did it. Because again, it was benefiting me when I go back. I knew I was going to have to fix some issues. And then there was an incident where we had a new manager. We got a new manager in. And this manager challenged me. to play the race card, but I think because me being a female, he didn't think that I was capable of handling the position that I was in. Although the last manager told him about each one of his supervisors. Now, I don't know what he told him about me, but I would hope that he told him the truth. But anyway, he would, again, I had to talk to my manager at the end of the day, every day, and explain the results, give him the results of the inventory that day. And if he had a question or something and I answered it, he would literally get on the phone in front of me and call another location and ask them that same question and verify what I just said. And they always said, yeah, that's right. Never once did he apologize, But me, I'm like, okay, you don't know me, I don't know you, but I know my job, so I'm gonna keep on doing my job. Yes, he came around, but never offered an apology. But he did come around and even started giving me my accolades, oh, Myra this, Myra that. We in the meetings here, Myra. He put me out there, he did. And put me out there in times I didn't even want him to, but Myra, come up here, you know what? I was the type of person that I didn't need to go to the meetings. I didn't care about going to the meetings. I don't need to be in front. I don't need to be seen. As long as my manager know that I'm doing my job, as long as my manager know, if you go into the meeting, let me give you what you need. I got you. I don't need to go. But he wanted me to go. Because again, after he came around, he wanted me out there. Because then he felt like I needed to be a manager of a warehouse. That one I did not want. He tried to get me to be a manager at another location. No, thank you. And one main reason was because of those meetings. They have a meeting 2-3 times a day. Again, I was the type of person that sat in the back. What you need? I got you. Here you go. Go on to your meeting. Myra don't need to be there. Okay, what happened? They said, okay, I got you. You said they changed this? Okay. Come back and tell me what they said. Again, as long as my manager know that I'm doing my job, I don't need nobody else to give me no accolades. I wasn't looking for that. We had the VP, when they come down to visit your locations and everything, they knew me, but I didn't know them. It was like, okay, when the VPs or the president come to your location, everybody's running for cover. Oh, we gotta do this, let's clean up. My part is being done every day, so I don't have to run for cover. I'm doing my part every day. So my manager walks in with the VP. Okay, Myra, I'm working, right? I'm working. So I tell her, hey, hello, how you doing? And I continue to work. Let me tell you something. That, I want to say he was the VP, not the president. He was so impressed. Because he was like, everybody else like running, oh, I was working. So he was impressed by that. Said, so you're not jumping up, hey, oh, I'm sorry, I'm like, there's like Myra. He said, Myra, my manager said, Myra, this is the VP. Oh, sorry, how you doing? He said, oh, no, you don't need to apologize. You're doing what we're paying you to do. And that's work. You spoke to me, but you working. You didn't stop working. Again, my job was timing. I don't got time to be running my mouth to talk to you. I got work to do. And later on, I had a conversation with my manager about that. I said, well, I didn't mean no disrespect. I did speak, but I got to get this stuff done. Again, demanding. And it was demanding. But again, the VP was impressed that I didn't stop or make an excuse to stop working because he came in. Nope, I got work to do. I didn't have to run for cover. I do my stuff every day. But down the road, the second company, I think I worked for them for close to 10, maybe 11 years. And they decided to do a department reconstruction. That's what it was. A department reconstruction. So they was eliminating my position, the inventory supervisor. And it was going to be another title. But it was going to be a step down. Now, I had an opportunity to take a severance pay or apply for another position. I think I applied for the the warehouse supervisor at the production facility. But by the time they was like our last day, I never got a call. I got a call for the interview after the fact. So I took the severance. Which they pay you like so much for every year, you know, plus, which I was good. And I was even better when it was all over and I realized I could breathe. Y'all, I do not miss the corporate world. I do not miss management. I do not ever want to be responsible for another individual working. I'll say working. If I work, I just want to be responsible for me, just for me. That's it. And that's been about 4 years now since I worked at that second company. Now, after that, I was off for a year and a half. I didn't work at all. A year and a half. Stayed at home. And I got bored. And I was still going to Walmart every day then. And I told my husband, I'm going to go and apply for a greeter at Walmart. I'm going to be a greeter. Just to get out the house and do something. When I applied for a shopper. Yeah, I applied for a shopper. I got hired. And then I got promoted to the department lead, the lead department. Yeah, whatever that was. I didn't like it. I stepped down. I'll say with Walmart, I don't like the way the managers are. Some of them. That is just, I found out that is why they have a high turnover rate, the management. So Mr. Walmart, if you ever see this, then I think your managers need to be retrained. Because if it's about the people, they don't know that or they don't care. But yeah, I stepped down and let me just be a shopper. And I was so good at being a shopper, and I was really quick because I used to go to the store up there every day, so I knew where everything was. And my supervisor, she was like, "You're really fast." I knew where everything was. So that was a bonus for me, right? But yeah, I think I worked there for a year and a half. I was done. I was just like, I don't want to work no more. I'm going to start working for myself. If I can take this energy and dedication that I give to another company and to myself, I probably can do some things. So that is my intentions, to try to create a business, you know, for myself. I'm not trying to get rich. I just want to be able to travel and be okay, you know, for me and my husband and I. So we'll be okay, you know. Again, not trying to get rich, but if I got that energy, I want to put it in myself. But yeah, so I want to say that's it. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed my story. I hope I'm not leaving anything out, but I will tell you, I can breathe. I can breathe. Sometimes the money just ain't worth it. Breathe.